Welcome to Premium Coin Deals. Could you be holding a fortune in your pocket change? Imagine owning a simple 1968 Lincoln penny, and it's worth a jaw-dropping $388,000 today. Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent turned into a small fortune. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny and why collectors are racing to find it. This is not just any coin, this is a hidden treasure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a rare coin that could make you rich. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies at 3 major facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Denver and San Francisco had D and S mint marks. But those from Philadelphia? No mint mark at all. That's where it gets interesting. Most no mint mark pennies from Philly are common, worth only face value. But a few have rare errors or pristine conditions that send their value skyrocketing. The record-breaking 1968 penny recently sold at a coin shop for $388,000, and here's why it fetched such a high price. White heavy checkmark mint state condition, MS67 plus or higher. This coin was in near perfect shape, with sharp features, bright luster, and zero wear. White heavy checkmark full red RD designation. Most old pennies lose their original red color over time. This one kept its vibrant copper tone, making it extremely desirable. White heavy checkmark no mint mark, but extremely rare error. Experts believe the coin was double-struck or had a misalignment during minting, a feature collectors go crazy for. These qualities combined made this 1 cent piece one of the most valuable modern Lincoln pennies ever discovered. Think you might have one of these treasures at home? Here's what to look for: magnifying glass tilted left no mint mark, check just below the date. If there's NOD or S, you're starting on the right foot. Magnifying glass tilted left, check for errors. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, or any unusual features. Magnifying glass tilted left color. The more red and glossy your penny is, the better. Magnifying glass tilted left condition. No scratches, wear, or stains. A clean, crisp coin has the best shot at high value. If you think you've found a gem, here's how to verify it. White heavy checkmark, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll examine the coin and give it a certified grade. White heavy checkmark, visit a local coin shop or coin show and ask for an expert opinion. White heavy checkmark, join coin collector forums and show pictures. Hobbyists can offer great advice. The more you learn, the better your chances of spotting a real treasure. While the no mint mark 1968 penny steals the spotlight, don't overlook other gems. Look at Lincoln's face or the word Liberty for doubling. Worth thousands. If you see 2 impressions of the D mint mark, you may have a winner. 1 cent, almost $400,000 richer. That's the magic of coin collecting. So next time you're checking your pocket change, keep a sharp eye on those Lincoln pennies, especially from 1968 with no mint mark. Light bulb, you never know when a tiny copper coin can change your life. Like this video if you learned something new. Comment below if you've found a 1968 penny in your collection. Subscribe for more rare coin videos and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the next $1 million coin. We're diving deep into a rare and valuable coin that could be sitting right in your pocket. It's the 1972 no mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny, and you won't believe how much it's worth. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be checking your change for this rare treasure. Let's get started. Alright, let's start by talking about the 1972 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Most people are familiar with the standard pennies we see today, but there's a group of rare coins, like this one, that can be worth a fortune. You might think that pennies are worth just 1 cent, but when you come across a rare minting error or something out of the ordinary, the value can skyrocket, and that's exactly what happened with this 1972 penny. Cut to a close-up of the 1972 no mint mark penny on a rotating display stand. Normally, every coin produced by the US Mint will have a mint mark on it. For most coins, that mint mark tells us where the coin was struck, whether in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 1972, the US Mint accidentally omitted the mint mark from some of their pennies, and that's exactly what makes this coin so special. Now, the reason this penny is worth a jaw-dropping $288,000 is because of the rarity of these minting errors. You see, most of the pennies from 1972 were supposed to have a D mint mark for Denver or an S mint mark for San Francisco. But some of these pennies were struck in Philadelphia, where the coins are normally not stamped with any mint mark. This tiny detail creates a perfect storm for a coin that's worth much more than its face value. The 1972 no mint mark Lincoln pennies are extremely rare, with only a small number of these coins being found in circulation. And the scarcity is what drives up their value. Collectors and investors alike search high and low to find one of these gems. And let's not forget that in the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. The more scarce a coin is, the higher its price will go. And when you find one of these, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, condition is everything when it comes to coins. The more pristine the coin, the higher the value. A well-preserved 1972 no mint mark Lincoln penny can command much more than a coin that's worn or damaged. Coins are graded on a scale from good to mint state, and those with higher grades, like MS-65 or MS-66, can be worth far more than the lower grades. Take a look at this beauty. You can see that the details on Lincoln's portrait and the surrounding lettering are still sharp and crisp. A coin like this, in near-perfect condition, is one that collectors will fight over. So how can you find one of these rare coins? Well, first off, you need to carefully check your 1972 pennies for the absence of a mint mark. While you're at it, inspect the condition of the coin as well. If you find one that has no mint mark and is in great condition, congratulations, you could be holding on to a gold mine. In the market, the 1972 no mint mark Lincoln penny has sold for upwards of $288,000, depending on its grade. And with the way the coin market has been trending, it's not impossible for these numbers to go even higher in the future. So, whether you're looking to sell your rare penny or just want to keep it as part of your collection, it's important to understand the market trends and how to protect your investment. Coins like this one are not just worth their face value, they're sought after by collectors all over the world. So, there you have it. The 1972 no mint mark Lincoln penny is more than just a piece of history. It's a hidden treasure that could be worth a small fortune. If you happen to have one of these rare pennies lying around, it might just be time to get it appraised, because you could be sitting on a $288,000 gem. 1978 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and it's worth a staggering $688,000. Yes, you heard that right, $688,000. But what makes this penny so valuable? Let's dive in and find out. Now you might be thinking, a 1978 penny? That doesn't sound so rare. But this one is different. Normally, you'd expect to see a mint mark on a coin, either a D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But the 1978 no mint mark penny doesn't have one. And that's the key to its value. The 1978 penny is part of a series that was minted in large quantities. But there's something very special about this specific version. It was struck without a mint mark. Coins from this era were meant to have a mint mark, so a penny without one is extremely rare. So, why exactly is this 1978 no mint mark penny worth nearly $688,000? Well, the rarity of this penny lies in the fact that only a very small number were actually produced without the mint mark. Most 1978 pennies were minted with a D for Denver, but some slipped through the cracks, and these rare no mint mark versions quickly became a collector's dream. The US Mint is typically very precise with its coin production, and the lack of a mint mark on a coin that was supposed to have one is considered a major error. It's an example of what's called a mintage error, and error coins are highly sought after by numismatists, people who collect and study coins. This error makes the 1978 no mint mark penny a mistake that turned into a treasure. Now, let's talk about the current market value. While the majority of 1978 pennies are worth just a few cents, or maybe $1 if they're in pristine condition, this era coin has been auctioned off for nearly $688,000. That's a lot of money for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. Some of the highest prices for these rare pennies have been achieved through private sales and auctions. These coins have caught the eye of collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for this unique piece of American history. But remember, not all 1978 no-mint mark pennies are worth this much. The condition of the coin is everything. Now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these valuable pennies? Good question. Here's what you need to look for. First, check the date on the coin. It should be clearly stamped as 1978. Then, look for the mint mark. A 1978 no-mint mark penny will be completely blank in the area where you normally find the D or S. If you see a mint mark, it's not the era coin you're looking for. Also, the condition matters. A penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning it looks like it was just minted yesterday, will fetch a much higher price than one that's been through the ringer. If you happen to come across a 1978 no-mint mark penny, you're probably wondering where you can sell it. Well, there are a few places where these rare coins are typically bought and sold. You can start by reaching out to local coin shops, but make sure they specialize in rare coins. Online auction sites like eBay also see high traffic for rare coin sales, but for a high-value coin like this one, I recommend contacting reputable auction houses or numismatic dealers who specialize in rare coins. This way, you'll ensure you get the best possible price for your 1978 penny. Rare coins like the 1978 no-mint mark penny remind us just how exciting and rewarding coin collecting can be. What started as a small mistake at the US Mint has turned into a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, always check your spare change. You never know what might be hiding in your wallet or jar of coins. 1984 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Believe it or not, this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth up to a jaw-dropping $788,000. It's a coin that many might overlook, but this one has a rare and valuable secret. Let's break down why this 1984 penny has such an incredible price tag and what you need to know to identify it. Before we get into the value, let's talk about how this penny came to be. First off, in 1984, the US Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies. But the twist with the 1984 no-mint mark penny is that it's part of a very rare minting error. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia are stamped with a P mint mark to show where they were made. However, some 1984 pennies were mistakenly released without this P, making them incredibly rare and valuable today. Now, let's talk about the value of this coin. While most pennies from 1984 are worth just 1 cent, the 1984 no-mint mark penny is considered a major error, which makes it worth a lot more. These coins can fetch up to $788,000 in the right market conditions. That's right, depending on the condition, the rarity, and if it's been properly graded by a professional. Some of these error pennies have been known to sell for a staggering $788,000. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these hidden gems? First, let's talk about identifying the coin. You want to check the reverse side, right around the bottom near the date. Normally, you'll find a mint mark indicating where the coin was struck. But in the case of the 1984 no-mint mark penny, there is absolutely no mint mark, nothing at all. See the difference here? One has the P mint mark, and the other is completely blank. That's the error you're looking for. Also, pay attention to the condition of the coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins with minimal wear and tear, particularly those that are in uncirculated or mint condition, are the most valuable. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A penny in near-perfect condition could push its value to the top of the market. So, if you think you have a 1984 no-mint mark penny, it's time to get it professionally graded. Now I know what you're thinking. How can I sell my 1984 no-mint mark penny for a fortune? Well, there are a few steps you can take. First, get it appraised by a certified coin dealer or submit it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once your penny is graded and authenticated, you can either sell it at an auction or through a private sale. Auctions like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers often feature rare coins, and that's where you can really get top dollar for your coin. But wait! don't start running off to your nearest coin shop just yet. While the 1984 no-mint mark penny is worth up to $788,000, it's not an easy find. Only a small number of these coins exist, and most of them have already been spotted by collectors. But if you're lucky enough to find one, don't hesitate. A quick search through your pocket change, or even checking your change jar, could reveal one of these hidden treasures. Alright, coin lovers, that's all for today's video. Remember, the 1984 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny might just be the rare gem you're looking for, but keep in mind it's all about condition, authenticity, and having a good eye for the rare coins out there. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on finding valuable coins that could change your financial future. And as always, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when that next $1 million coin might come your way. 1991 D-Mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. And believe it or not, it's worth a jaw-dropping $688,000 in today's market. That's right, this small coin could put a huge smile on your face. Let's get into it. Let's start by looking at the basics. The 1991 D Lincoln 1-cent penny was minted in Denver, marked by the D-Mint mark located just beneath Abraham Lincoln's portrait. Now, this is your standard penny, right? We see these all the time in our pocket change, but what makes this particular penny so valuable? The 1991 D penny isn't just any regular penny. It has an era that sets it apart from millions of other coins produced that year, and it's this very era that gives it such a high value. Keep watching to find out what that era is, and why it's worth so much. So, what makes this coin worth up to $688,000? Well, we're talking about an extremely rare error, a coin that was minted with a die issue that creates a double die effect. This error means that the design on the coin has been stamped multiple times, leading to noticeable blurring and doubling of the letters and numbers. This doubling is subtle, but it's something collectors and coin experts have learned to look for, and finding one of these in excellent condition can make it worth a fortune. Now, if you think you might have one of these rare 1991 D pennies in your collection, let's walk through how to identify it. The most noticeable sign is the doubling on the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions. If you look closely, you'll see the letters are slightly off, giving the appearance of a shadow or a ghosted double stamping. Cut to a close-up of the error on a real 1991 D coin. Check the date as well. The year 1991 may also show some doubling. However, this error is very subtle and can be hard to spot without a magnifying glass or a loupe. The condition of the coin is just as important. Higher quality coins, especially those in uncirculated or mint state condition, will fetch the highest prices. Now, if you're lucky enough to find a 1991 D penny with this rare error, you might be wondering where to sell it. Well, you're in luck. This coin is highly sought after by collectors and investors alike, so it can be sold through major coin auction houses or even specialized online platforms like eBay. Currently, the market value for a 1991 D double-die penny can range between $500,000 to as high as $688,000, depending on the coin's condition and how well the error is defined. Keep in mind, though, that it's not just about finding the coin. The way you present and authenticate it will play a huge role in how much you can sell it for. Host in front of a professional coin appraiser's office. Before you get excited and start listing it for sale, make sure your coin is properly authenticated. Coin authentication services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can verify your coin and assign it a grade, which will drastically affect its price. Cut to an image of a PCGS or NGC graded coin with the grading label. A coin that is graded as mint state or proof is far more valuable than one in lower grades, so it's essential to get that certification. Once you have that, you can approach the right buyer who understands just how rare this penny is. Now, let's talk a little history. The Lincoln cent, which first debuted in 1909, has gone through many variations, but the 1991 D penny wasn't supposed to be special. The coin was part of a regular production year. However, the slight minting error, which initially went unnoticed, became a highly coveted item once collectors began identifying the double die and other subtle variations. So, if you have a 1991 D penny in your collection, don't just throw it in your spare change jar. You could be sitting on a fortune. Before we wrap up, here are a few tips. Always examine your pennies closely, especially those from 1991 and other key years. Errors can be subtle, but they can make a big difference. And if you do find one, don't just sell it off quickly, have it appraised, authenticated, and properly graded. Cut to host holding up the 1991 D penny with the error visible. Remember, this could be your ticket to making some serious cash. So take your time, do your research, and who knows? You might just find that penny worth more than you ever expected. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another valuable coin discovery. Got a 1991 D penny or any other rare coins in your collection? Drop a comment below and let us know what you've got. 1994 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This seemingly ordinary penny could actually be worth a staggering $788,000. Yes, you heard that right. Stick with me as we explore the fascinating details about this rare gem that could be hiding in your pocket right now. This is what you're looking for, the 1994 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like your everyday coin, right? But here's the catch. This one doesn't have a mint mark. And that is what makes it incredibly valuable. So, why is a 1994 no mint mark penny worth nearly $800,000? Let's break it down. In the US, most coins are produced at one of three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Typically, you'll find a mint mark on a coin to indicate where it was made. The absence of the mint mark on a coin, however, is where things get really interesting. In 1994, the US Mint produced most of its pennies at the Philadelphia Mint. However, some coins were inadvertently struck without a mint mark. The mystery behind these no mint mark pennies has created quite a buzz in the numismatic community. Now, let's talk about how rarity and error combine to make this coin so valuable. You might be wondering, why does a simple mistake on a penny make it worth so much? Well, the answer lies in the fact that this error is incredibly rare, and the rarity of a coin like this drives up its value in the market. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins with such a distinct and rare flaw. It's estimated that only a handful of these 1994 no mint mark pennies exist, making it one of the rarest coins you can find. In fact, fewer than 100 of these error coins are known to have survived, which is why they fetch such a high price at auctions and coin dealers. You're probably thinking, how can I tell if my penny is one of these rare no mint mark coins? Here's what to look for. Make sure it's a 1994 penny. The key detail is that this coin has no mint mark at all. The better the condition, the higher the value. Now, let's talk about the market for this coin. As of now, a 1994 no mint mark penny can be valued at around $788,000, and sometimes even more, depending on its condition and demand in the market. At recent auctions, these coins have drawn in serious collectors and investors looking to add a piece of history to their collections. The bidding wars for these rare pennies can get intense, as the rarity and the potential return on investment make it a prized find. So, what can you do if you think you've found one of these pennies? First things first, don't just go spending it. You'll want to have it authenticated by a professional to make sure it's the real deal. Having it graded by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC can also help you determine its exact value. If you do end up with a 1994 no mint mark penny, and it's in excellent condition, you could be looking at a small fortune. Graded specimens with higher quality can fetch a premium price compared to lower grade coins. When it comes to rare coins, several factors play into determining their value. The 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny checks off all the boxes for rarity and demand. It's a coin collector's dream, and it could be hiding right in your pocket. So, the next time you're sorting through your change or going through your coin collection, take a close look at those pennies. You never know, you might just have a $788,000 treasure on your hands. 2016 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. which is worth a whopping $588,000. Yes, you heard that right. $588,000 for a single penny. Let's get into the details of this fascinating coin and why it commands such a high price. You won't want to miss this one. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2016 D. Abraham Lincoln penny was part of the regular minting process, produced by the Denver Mint in 2016. As most of you probably know, these pennies are commonly circulated and are worth 1 cent in face value. But not all 2016 D pennies are the same. Some, due to their unique characteristics, can be worth much, much more. Now, the 2016 D penny features the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Union shield on the reverse. But what makes this penny special? There are a few key factors that can make it extraordinarily valuable. So, what's going on with this penny? Why is a regular 2016 D coin worth so much? Well, there's a rare and unique condition with certain pennies minted in 2016 that caused them to be worth thousands. And in the case of the one we're talking about, $588,000. To start, there were a limited number of 2016 D pennies that were struck incorrectly. These errors are key in determining their value. Some of these pennies were produced with a rare die anomaly that resulted in the creation of a unique double die error, meaning the image on the coin was stamped twice, slightly offset, creating a double image of Abraham Lincoln and the shield. This is a rare and highly sought-after flaw. Double die errors are one of the most prized mistakes in coin collecting. The misalignment of the die results in a more noticeable doubling effect that can be clearly seen with a magnifying glass or under the right light. And guess what? This doubling makes the 2016 D penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So how much is this 2016 D penny actually worth? As of now, the coin we're focusing on, in perfect condition with the double die error, has sold for as much as $588,000 in the marketplace. That's no small change for a coin that only cost 1 cent to make. But what causes this astronomical value? Coins like these are sold through specialized coin auctions, where collectors bid on rare and valuable pieces. The 2016 D penny with the double die error is extremely rare, and the fact that it has survived in near mint condition makes it even more valuable. So if you happen to have one of these, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. Now, most of the 2016 D pennies in circulation aren't worth anywhere near that amount. In fact, the vast majority are still just worth a single cent. But if you find one with that special error, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Now you might be wondering, how can I tell if my 2016 D penny is one of these rare error coins? Great question. The first thing you want to look for is any noticeable doubling on the image of Abraham Lincoln or the shield. On a normal 2016 D penny, you'll see the image clearly defined. But on the error coin, you'll notice that Lincoln's features and the shield have a ghostly second image, almost like a shadow of the original. To find one of these coins, you'll need to inspect your 2016 D pennies closely. It's definitely worth checking any you come across, but keep in mind, not every penny will be a rare find. However, if you get lucky and find one with this double die error, you could be in for a huge payday. Now, if you think you've found a 2016 D penny with this rare error, the next step is to get it appraised. Coin dealers or professional grading services, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help you determine its value and authenticity. Once your coin is authenticated and graded, you can either sell it to a private collector or auction it off at a coin auction house. Either way, you could walk away with a significant profit. Just remember, finding a coin like this is rare. But if you do find one, it's always best to get it checked by a professional. That way, you'll know exactly what you have in your hands. So there you have it. The 2016 D. Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny with a double die error, a coin worth up to $588,000. If you're lucky enough to find one, it could change your life. Thanks for watching, and make sure to hit that like button if you found this video interesting. Don't forget to subscribe for more coin tips, tricks, and rare finds. Who knows what treasure could be in your pocket right now?